Welcome back to the Hydro Haven channel, fellow garden enthusiasts. May is finally here, bringing longer days, warming soil, and perfect conditions for planting a wide variety of crops. As the final frost dates pass in many regions, this month opens up tremendous opportunities to get your garden flourishing. Whether you're working with a sprawling backyard plot or just a few containers on your balcony, May is the perfect time to get your hands dirty. Let's dive into the 12 absolute best crops you should be planting right now to maximize your growing season and ensure a bountiful harvest in the months to come. Sunflowers, summer's towering beauties. May is the ideal time to sow sunflower seeds directly into your garden soil. These magnificent plants thrive in the warming temperatures and will shoot up quickly as summer approaches. When planting sunflowers, choose a location that receives at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight daily and has well-draining soil. Plant the seeds about an inch deep and space them approximately 6 inches apart. For a continuous display, consider staggering your plantings every 2 weeks throughout May and early June. Sunflowers not only create a stunning visual impact with their massive blooms tracking the sun across the sky, but they also attract beneficial pollinators and provide nutritious seeds for harvest later in the season. Varieties like Mammoth can reach impressive heights of 12 feet or more, while dwarf varieties like Teddy Bear are perfect for containers or smaller spaces. Tomatoes, the garden's prized jewels. May signals the perfect moment to transplant tomato seedlings into your garden beds or larger containers. These beloved fruits, yes, botanically speaking, they're fruits, need consistently warm soil to thrive, making May the sweet spot for getting them established. When planting tomatoes, bury them deep, up to their first set of true leaves, as they'll develop additional roots along the buried stem, creating a stronger plant. Space determinate varieties about 2 feet apart, and indeterminate types 3 to 4 feet apart. Consider your growing season and space when selecting varieties. Cherry tomatoes like Sun Gold produce earlier, while beefsteak types need longer to mature but deliver those coveted large slices. For best results, install support systems like cages or stakes at planting time to avoid disturbing roots later. Tomatoes are heavy feeders, so work compost into your soil before planting and consider a slow-release fertilizer specifically formulated for tomatoes. Water deeply but infrequently to encourage deep root growth and prevent issues like blossom end rot. Zinnias, vibrant and pollinator-friendly. Few flowers deliver as much color for as little effort as zinnias, and May is the perfect time to direct sow these beauties into your garden beds. These annual flowers are remarkable for their vast range of vibrant colors, impressive heat tolerance, and long-lasting blooms that continue well into fall. Plant zinnia seeds about a 1/4 inch deep in soil that is warmed to at least 70 degrees Fahrenheit. They'll typically germinate within 4 to 7 days and begin flowering about 2 months after planting. For the most impressive display, plant zinnias in drifts rather than single rows, spacing seeds about 6 inches apart. Varieties like Benari's Giant produce large, double blooms perfect for cutting, while series like Profusion offer exceptional disease resistance and continuous flowering. Beyond their ornamental value, zinnias are absolute magnets for butterflies, bees, and other beneficial insects, making them functional as well as beautiful additions to your May planting roster. Beans, quick-growing protein powerhouses. Both bush and pole beans thrive when direct sown in May's warming soil. These nitrogen-fixing legumes are not only productive food crops but also benefit your soil's health. For bush beans, sow seeds about 1 to 2 inches deep and 3 to 4 inches apart in rows separated by 18 to 24 inches. These compact plants don't require support and will begin producing tender pods in just 50 to 60 days. Pole beans, while taking slightly longer to mature, offer extended harvests and vertical growth that maximizes garden space. Plant pole bean seeds at similar depths but provide sturdy support systems like trellises or poles at planting time. For continuous harvest throughout summer, stagger your bean plantings every 2 weeks until early July. Varieties like Provider bush beans and Kentucky Wonder pole beans are time-tested favorites known for reliability and flavor. Keep beans well watered during flowering and pod development, but avoid overhead watering, which can promote fungal diseases. Cosmos, effortless summer-long blooms. May is the ideal month to direct sow cosmos seeds for summer-long color that requires almost no maintenance. These airy, delicate-looking flowers are surprisingly tough, thriving in average to poor soil and tolerating drought once established. Simply scatter Cosmos seeds over prepared soil, press them in lightly, and keep the area moist until germination occurs in about 7 to 10 days. Thin seedlings to stand 12 to 18 inches apart, though the exact spacing depends on the variety. Cosmos bipinnatus varieties like Sensation can reach 4 feet tall with feathery foliage and blooms in white, pink, and red, while Cosmos sulphureus offers fiery orange and yellow flowers on slightly shorter plants. Perhaps the best feature of Cosmos is their cut-and-come-again nature. The more you harvest, the more they bloom. For a garden that practically maintains itself while providing endless material for bouquets, Cosmos planted in May will be your summer garden's secret weapon. Marigold's pest-repellent color spots. These bright orange and yellow bloomers deserve a place in every May planting plan, not just for their cheerful appearance but for their pest-deterrent properties as well. Marigolds contain compounds that repel certain nematodes and other garden pests, making them excellent companions for many vegetable crops. Plant marigold seeds directly in the garden about 1/4 inch deep and 8 to 10 inches apart after all danger of frost has passed. Varieties range from tiny 6-inch gem types to the impressive giant African marigolds reaching 3 feet tall. For best results, intersperse marigolds throughout your vegetable garden rather than isolating them in ornamental beds. Their pungent scent helps mask the smell of your valuable crops from certain insects, while their bright colors attract pollinators. Marigolds are also remarkably heat-tolerant, continuing to bloom through summer's hottest days when many other flowers fade. Deadhead spent blooms regularly to encourage continuous flowering well into fall. Carrots, underground treasures. May offers the perfect opportunity to sow carrots for summer and fall harvests. These root vegetables prefer cooler temperatures for germination but thrive as they grow through the warming months. The key to successful carrot growing is proper soil preparation. They need loose, stone-free soil to develop straight, unblemished roots. Prepare your beds by digging deeply and removing any rocks or clumps, then sow carrot seeds thinly in rows about 1/4 inch deep. The tiny seeds can be mixed with sand for more even distribution. Keep the seedbed consistently moist until germination, which can take 10 to 14 days. Once seedlings emerge, thin them carefully to stand 2 to 3 inches apart. Consider pelleted seeds if you find traditional carrot seeds too fiddly to work with. For best results in May plantings, choose varieties like Nantes or Danvers that mature relatively quickly in 65 to 75 days. Mulch around growing carrots to maintain soil moisture and prevent the shoulders from turning green and bitter from sun exposure. Lavender aromatic perennial investment. May is an excellent time to add lavender plants to your garden for years of fragrant blooms and pollinator attraction. While lavender can be grown from seed, purchasing small plants in May allows for faster establishment and possibly even first-year blooms. Plant lavender in a location that receives full sun and has excellent drainage. These Mediterranean natives hate wet feet. If your soil tends toward clay, consider planting in raised beds or mounds to improve drainage. Space plants according to the mature size of your chosen variety, typically 2 to 3 feet apart. English lavender or Lavandula angustifolia, varieties like Munstead and Hidcote, offer the best cold hardiness for northern gardens, while Spanish and French lavenders provide stunning displays in milder climates. Once established, lavender requires minimal care beyond occasional pruning to maintain shape and promote robust flowering. The dried flowers can be harvested for culinary use, sachets, or potpourri, making lavender both beautiful and functional in your garden. Sweet corn, summer's golden reward. Nothing says summer quite like homegrown sweet corn, and May plantings will have you harvesting these golden treasures in late summer. Corn is wind-pollinated, so plant it in blocks rather than single rows to ensure proper pollination and full ears. Prepare soil by incorporating compost, then plant seeds about 1 to 2 inches deep and 8 to 12 inches apart in rows spaced 30 to 36 inches apart. For a longer harvest period, plant early, mid, and late-season varieties simultaneously, or stagger plantings of the same variety every 2 weeks through early June. Modern super-sweet varieties like Delectable retain their sweetness longer after picking, while traditional varieties like Silver Queen offer classic corn flavor. Keep corn well watered, especially during tasseling and ear formation. Consider interplanting with pole beans and squash to create a traditional Three Sisters garden that maximizes space and enhances growth of all three crops. Echinacea, medicine for your garden and body. May is perfect for establishing echinacea, also known as purple coneflower, plants that will provide years of beauty and attract beneficial insects. While technically perennials, echinacea planted in May can often produce their distinctive purple blooms in the first season. Select a sunny location with well-draining soil and plant nursery-grown specimens about 18 to 24 inches apart. These native prairie flowers develop deep taproots that make them exceptionally drought-tolerant once established. Beyond their ornamental value, echinacea flowers attract a wide range of butterflies and bees, while their seed heads provide food for finches and other birds through winter if left standing. For medicinal purposes, the roots can be harvested from 3-year-old plants in fall, though many gardeners prefer to simply enjoy their ecological benefits. Varieties beyond the classic purple now include white, yellow, orange, and red-flowered options, allowing you to create stunning combinations in your perennial beds. Clematis vertical garden stars. May offers the perfect window to plant clematis vines that will transform vertical spaces in your garden. These flowering climbers come in an astonishing array of colors, flower forms, and blooming times. When planting clematis, remember the old gardener's adage, head in the sun, feet in the shade. Position plants so their roots remain cool while their vines can climb into sunlight. Dig a generous hole and plant the crown of the clematis 2 to 3 inches deeper than it was in its nursery pot to encourage additional stem growth from below soil level. Provide immediate support like a trellis or arbor at planting time. Group 3 clematis like Jackmanii can be cut back hard in early spring and will bloom on new growth, making them perfect for beginners. With proper placement and minimal care, May-planted clematis will provide vertical interest and stunning flowers for many years to come. Hardy geraniums, ground cover workhorses. Now, not to be confused with annual geraniums, which are actually pelargoniums, true hardy geraniums planted in May will quickly establish themselves as reliable garden performers. These perennials form mounding clumps of attractive foliage topped with flowers in shades of pink, purple, blue, and white. Plant them 18 to 24 inches apart in soil amended with compost, positioning them at the same depth they were growing in their nursery containers. Hardy geraniums can thrive in full sun to partial shade, making them versatile additions to nearly any garden spot. Varieties like Geranium roseanne bloom from May until frost, while others like Geranium sanguineum form neat mounds of deeply cut foliage that turns brilliant red in fall. These plants require minimal maintenance beyond cutting back tired foliage midsummer to encourage fresh growth and extended blooming. Their spreading habit makes them excellent for suppressing weeds, while their nectar-rich flowers support native pollinators. Remember, the key to gardening success is understanding your specific growing zone and microclimate conditions. The plants listed here generally thrive when planted in May across many growing regions, but exact timing may need adjustment based on your local conditions. Pay attention to your soil temperature, frost dates, and weather patterns to fine-tune your planting schedule for optimal results. If you've enjoyed this comprehensive guide to May planting, please hit that subscribe button and share this video with your fellow gardening enthusiasts. We release new seasonal planting guides each month here on the Hydrohaven channel, along with in-depth tutorials on maximizing your garden's potential. Drop a comment below sharing what you'll be planting this May. I love hearing about your garden plans and answering your questions. Until next time, happy planting!